Hi you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Daniloveely, and you guys, today we have the top 10 conspiracy theories about horror movies. So yeah, I'm not even gonna hold you guys long, you know. Let's go ahead and hop into this video and let's see what people are apparently coming up with these horror movies.
I think it's her father. And why can't they find her pops, man?
Because he's probably dead.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 horror movie conspiracy theories.
Puppeteers.
The Cabin in the Woods, look,
Pop-Tarts.
they was on something. I mean, that baby is just me, but
For this list, we'll be looking at theories about horror universes,
That movie was
connections
crazy.
between films, or larger conspiracies within the movies that extend beyond the surface narrative. Keep in mind that there will be spoilers for what actually does happen in the movies. Did you agree with any of these? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, the Paranormal Activity movies.
that scene always just threw me. Like, the Paranormal Activity movies, like, growing up was definitely one of my, like, favorite, like, scary movies that I was, like, invested in watching, because it was supposed to be based off a true story. So it was just very, like, you know what I'm saying, like, very, like, just, I don't know, intriguing. But that scene right there was just like, you don't feel nobody standing over you. Like, I know he must be a heavy sleeper. Like, that's to be like a super, super, super deep sleeper, like, person type thing. Because the girl was apparently supposed to be standing there, y'all, like, for hours. For hours. Like, what are you going to do if you just happen to roll over your eyes and just see your significant other just standing over the bed like that at you, and just, and they don't move either. Even when you wake up and you look at them, they still just stand there just looking at you like this. And then this person's like, man, how long you been standing here? Like, what do you, I would freak out. Like, I'm running out the room. Like, bye. Like, we done.
Are real. Paranormal Activity franchise. Remember back when the Blair Witch Project came out and everybody thought it was real footage? Well, here's that again, only this time in conspiracy theory version.
Like, she getting drug out the bed and everything. He don't hear that. He don't hear that. That was crazy. Like, yeah, right.
The theory goes that the footage in the Paranormal Activity movie...
Man, I hate when they involve the
actually
kids.
genuine. You see, the director and the producer of the first film, Oren
In
Peli,
the-
apparently made a deal with
in
the
the
demon
baby
you
room.
see, or don't see, on
Ghost
screen.
messing with the baby.
He filmed its
The
hauntings
scenes was
and
crazy.
showed them to the world, thereby scaring millions and increasing the demon's power. In return, Peli was obviously made a very rich man. Indeed, as of 2021's Next of Kin, the franchise has grossed just under $900 million. And that's just box office figures.
That's not true at all. You know it.
Get over it.
Number 9, Michael Myers is a tethered Halloween franchise and
It's
Us.
a tether.
Once upon a time.
Leave it to Reddit to come up with the most outlandish yet surprisingly plausible theories. One user believes that the universes of Halloween and Us are connected. Much like Adelaide, the real Michael Myers was replaced with his underground doppelganger on Halloween night. This explains why Michael doesn't speak. But wait, it gets even better.
You think they kept him down here?
Maybe. Look at this.
What? What is it?
Some sort of weird harness.
In Halloween Resurrection, it's established that a large tunnel system runs just underneath the Myers
Oh, yeah.
house. The entire plot of Us revolves around a secret underground tunnel system. It's entirely possible that Michael's doppelganger made its way up to the surface through the basement, just as fake
Hey, people be
Adelaide
having
made
some
her
good
way
theories,
up
though. I
the
mean,
carnival. Also,
gotta hand it
those
to 'em.
coveralls? Come on.
Why the hell you dressed like me anyway? I ain't
That
telling you
Halloween
about
was so
Michael
funny
Myers.
with Busta Rhymes,
I'm
like-
playing Michael Myers. But them kids
I thought he was gonna kill him when I
jumped
first
up in the
watched it.
same
I thought he was gonna kill
shit.
Busta
You
Rhymes.
gonna ruin the whole effect. Ah, damn it. What the hell is wrong with you?
Number 8.
He didn't kill him, he was thrown off like,
The cult.
that's another me.
This classic from Ari Aster is about a cult that worships the demon Haman and wishes to grant
I hate
his
the scene
spirit
when
a
he, like-
corporeal body.
I don't want to spoil it if you haven't watched it. They're not gonna show
Audiences
it.
are only given very brief glances into the mysterious cult, and even then, they're mostly relegated to the climax.
But I watched this movie too.
But
It
what
was
if it's not
a good
just
movie.
the ending? What if they were actually everywhere the whole time? One Redditor spotted something interesting. One of the men bowing at Peter's feet has long, dark hair. One of Peter's friends also has long, dark hair.
I think I'm having something like a reaction. My throat is getting bigger.
This friend was probably a cult member and slipped Peter some type of herb into the weed to prepare him for the upcoming ceremony, just as Joan did for Annie.
How was your relationship with your son, Peter?
Number 7, Sarah is the killer. The Descent. This movie from Neil Marshall throws viewers a wicked curveball. It begins as a realistic thriller about a group of friends who get lost spelunking, but it
I haven't
eventually
seen this
turns
movie.
into a slasher with bloodthirsty monsters.
Oh, shoot, nah.
But what if there are no
Have you
monsters?
seen this movie?
What if Sarah was the real monster all along? Sarah suffers a horrible tragedy at the beginning of the movie when her husband and daughter are killed in a car accident.
'Cause ain't
Then
the tree
she
gonna
goes
go through the-
spelunking with her
somebody
friends and kills them all in
the car
a
accident?
descent into madness.
You can get
I think I might have seen this movie. I didn't watch some of the stuff.
disorientation, claustrophobia, panic
I'll watch
attacks,
it again.
paranoia, hallucinations.
Characters explicitly mention the hallucinations and delusions that spelunkers can experience, so it's entirely possible that Sarah
killing
was
people.
envisioning the crawlers when really it was just her all along.
Probably.
6. The Torrances.
Sarah was
were
down there
subjects of
tripping,
MK
killing
Ultra.
people.
The Shining. Many horror theories revolve around characters losing their minds. It helps explain the otherworldly events that occur throughout the movie.
Now, I haven't watched this. I know I have not watched The Shining.
Come and play with us.
This theory claims that the Torrance family are the tragic subjects of an MK Ultra experiment. For those who don't know, MK Ultra was an illegal program conducted by the CIA primarily in the 50s and 60s. They attempted to brainwash test subjects through various methods of torture and by feeding them LSD.
That is quite a story.
I think they be using it now. They done perfected it on some of y'all faves.
It's still hard for me to believe it actually happened here. But it did.
This theory posits that Bill Watson and Stuart Ullman work for the CIA and use the Overlook during its off-season to conduct MK Ultra experiments. The Torrances are their unwilling puppets, and it leads to bizarre experiences and rapid mental
Because
deterioration.
what is they doing up in there?
Number 5, Kurt is working with the facility, the cabin in the woods. It's hard to picture
Oh,
Chris
yeah,
Hemsworth
yeah.
as the bad guy.
Y'all gotta watch the
You might have
movie.
seen
The
it
Cabin in the
without
Woods was good.
realizing.
Do you want to spend the weekend in jail? Because we'd all like to check out my cousin's country home.
Kurt is the one who leads the gang to the cabin. He's the only one who picks 2 summoning items in the basement. He takes Jules outside so that she can be the first one to die, as ordered by the facility.
This isn't right. We should split up. We can cover more ground that way.
He probably was working with the
Yeah.
facility. Because splitting up is always a bad
Yeah, good
idea. It's
idea.
better, like, power in numbers. Come on.
He immediately reverses when the tunnel blows, almost as if he was expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
Is it possible that Kurt was working with the facility all along?
Except when
His
homeboy
death
gonna
is also curious.
jump off the side of the cliff like they thought he was going somewhere. And he gonna get... He gonna run right into the force field, the dome, whatever. So, yeah. He definitely died from that.
Maybe he was double-crossed, but you know the rules. If we don't see a body, they're not actually dead. Maybe it was all a trick to make the gang think he was
Nah,
dead.
Kurt died. He had to...
I don't think Kurt
That was a part of his contract, though.
Huh.
Number 4, time travel. the Blair Witch Project.
I would love to hear this right now. I really would.
I'm
but
just
can we
trying to
please
say
go?
that, you know, we have to
I know.
rationally say they might very well go on forever compared to our footsteps.
This movie leaves a lot unanswered, and it's led to countless fan theories throughout the years. One involves time travel. The evidence of this isn't found in the movie itself, but in the supplementary material.
We walked for 15 hours today. We ended up in the same place. There's no one here to help you. That's your motivation.
The movie's original website claimed that
I
all
watched
the
quite a
camera
few
equipment
Blair
was
Witch
found under the foundation of the
movies.
house. Furthermore, the promotional film, Curse of the Blair Witch, claims that the house that Heather and Mike find themselves in burned down back in the 40s. Lastly, Heather is briefly seen in the video game Blair Witch Volume 1 Rustin Parr, which
I
takes
didn't know they
place
made a
in
video game.
1941. All evidence points to the characters going back in time once they enter the mystical woods.
When was the last time you saw us?
Earlier this afternoon. I'm not lying.
It's been 5 days since we saw you.
Number 3, Roman was in the first Scream. Scream. This slasher managed to make the tired slasher genre new again. It did so through some clever meta-humor and the unique twist of having two killers, Billy Loomis and Stu Morker.
Surprise, Sydney.
Cause you imagine, like, you running for help and
Scream
you run
3
right into
reveals
the
that
killer.
This was all orchestrated by Roman Bridger.
It was like he was making a movie.
I would just pass out. I would
This
just
is all because
pass
of you.
out.
A director, Sid. A direct.
We don't know if this was retconned or planned from the beginning, but there are some clues that Roman was in the first Scream. A ghost face stalks Sydney and Tatum.
Scream was like literally, I like even when they came out with like the funny version, like still even like the original Scream, like the actual like scary movies of it all. It was scary, but it was also funny. Like it was also like it wasn't too scary because I mean you just cannot get past the costume. Like it was just freaking funny. Like and the way Scream would just be creeping around like trying to find himself. It was just hilarious. Like come on. The clothes, the mask, everything. Like
on the night of
it's just
Casey's
funny.
killing, Billy was with Sydney.
That's why
and
he was
Stu
clumsy.
supposedly with Tatum.
Yeah, it was.
Finally, when Ghostface appears in the grocery store, his reflection can be seen over a product called Romantica. Was that a subtle nod to Roman's inclusion?
Roman? It was Roman?
Number 2, Kevin McAllister grew up to be Jigsaw. Home Alone.
What? I'm about to say Home Alone is not a scary movie.
We like to picture Kevin McAllister.
I mean, it was scary
growing
for
up
Kevin.
to
He was
a
at
happy
home
life
by
with his
himself. He wasn't even
extended
scared.
family,
He was having
maybe
fun.
even giving Buzz the odd brotherly handshake every now and then. But we're optimistic. This theory posits that Kevin actually grew up with serious mental problems.
People just
and
be coming up with
eventually
stuff.
turned
Like,
into
where they getting this from?
Killer.
Yes, I'm sick, officer.
Stop! Like, the keys here!
Sick from the disease eating away at me
Out of
inside.
all
Sick of
characters,
people
Evan
who
McAllister?
blessings. Sick of those who scoff at the suffering of others.
The obvious connection is their shared love of traps, but it goes a little deeper than that.
Okay.
Kevin reacts with violence upon witnessing the pizza injustice. He gleefully torments the delivery boy with fake gunshots. His traps are incredibly malicious.
Yeah,
and
when
they
he
have serious
burnt
potential
the top
to
of
kill
old boy's
burglars.
scalp off. I mean, but they was trying to break into his house
You guys
though.
give
Like he's a
up, or you're
kid.
thirsty for more.
Seems like Kevin has some bottled up issues that are just waiting to be unleashed.
Game over.
Number 1, Samuel Loomis is in Psycho, Halloween and Psycho. Halloween is a classic, not just for what it brought to the table, but for the iconic...
Oh my gosh! And did y'all see the last Halloween movie, Halloween End? Honestly, I just felt like, yeah, it didn't do it for me. It did not do it for me, and it definitely felt rushed. Because I honestly felt like they came out with it pretty fast from the last one that they just came out with. Because usually, like when they wait like a couple of years before they come out with another movie, like I just feel like with any movie franchise. So I just feel like they was just at the point now that they were like, we have ran this series into the ground. We just need to go ahead and just end it, like whatever. Like that's what I felt like with the last movie. It was just kind of like, I don't know, I just feel like it was kind of like rushed, like, and it was just kind of like all over the place a little bit. So I don't know, y'all let me know what y'all thought about the last Halloween when y'all watched it. It's like really like after all this time that they've been trying to kill this man, obviously gunshots and all that don't work. So he's obviously not like a regular human anyways. And then y'all finally decide to throw him in the garbage disposal. Like, not the garbage disposal, but y'all know what I mean. To like smash him up. Obviously that was going to be the only thing that works. And it's just like, this is obviously the end because he's not coming back from that. Unless they're going to say what? I mean, like, it's literally so much they can do with it, though. I mean, they've been running the movie into the ground this long. It's a classic, though. You can't be mad at it. But, I mean, what they gonna say? If they wanted to bring it back, they could just say, oh, Michael Myers put that mask and that suit on somebody again like he did in, was it H2O? It was one of them when he had put Lori thought she had killed him. And he had put that mask on another man, like a worker or something. But yeah, I wasn't feeling the last Halloween. It just felt rushed and just like they just really did not care like about the storyline like that.
Characters that inhabit
They just wanted to end
Maybe
it.
the best
That's
of
what
all
it
is
felt like.
Dr. Samuel Loomis, who's played to perfection by Donald Pleasance.
I have the feeling that you're way off on this.
You have the wrong feeling.
According to this theory, the character also appeared in Psycho.
Marion, whenever it's possible, I want to see you. And under any circumstances, even
I
respectability.
just do not see how
Marion's
people
boyfriend
watch
is
black and
Sam
white
Loomis, and
shows
it's
and
Sam
movies.
who
I just
eventually
can't. It looks
captured
so
Norman.
boring.
Maybe he was so influenced by his dealings with Norman
too
that he
outdated for me.
studied psychology, became a psychiatrist, and turned into the Dr. Samuel Loomis who dedicates his life to studying Michael.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
Yeah, he's certainly aged a lot between 1960 and 1978, but hey, studying serial killers for a living tends to age a man.
What's the driving that man crazy?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these.
But one thing I know is Laurie Strode has been holding down. Oh, I'm sorry to kick my camera, y'all. Oopsie. Laurie Strode has been holding the Halloween franchise down. Like, that was another thing, too. I felt like they was just like, we can't even just keep on going with it. Like, they have to end it because Laurie is getting older, and it's just like, it's like the progressive lady. Like, y'all been using the same lady. So, I mean, you just can't just swoop another lady in there and replace her. Like, they kind of just tied to the franchise at this point now. They can switch out a whole bunch of Michaels because, like, we don't really see his face throughout the series at all. But, like, Laurie has been in, like, most of the movies. Like, you just cannot just throw another person in. Even though they kind of, like, been different, like, they switched the story up anyways a couple times. Like, how Laurie had a son, then all of a sudden she didn't have a son, then she had a daughter. Like, what happened to her son? It just, you know, they just switched it up on us a couple times and just, like, just go with it. But, yeah, y'all, that's our 10 conspiracy theories for horror movies. I know you guys, of course, let me know what y'all think about that. All I'm thinking about is people got time. Like, they really have some time on their hands because who is just sitting around and connecting the dots that deep with, like, movies that were made, like, years ago, and then they watch a new movie or another movie, and then they just sit and think about, oh, these two things go together. Like, I don't know, but I guess so, man. I guess so. But yeah, you guys already know that you're going to see me again tomorrow, as I always say. And yes, I post Monday through Friday, as I always say, for any new viewers, of course. And for specific uploads, you guys, just check that down in the description section below. And yeah, bye.